Requirement gathering is the process of identifying, collecting, and documenting what is needed or expected from a system, project, or product. It's one of the most critical steps in any project, as it sets the foundation for everything that follows. Without clear and precise requirements, projects can suffer from delays, increased costs, or failure to meet the stakeholders' needs. The importance of requirement gathering. Requirement gathering helps ensure that the final product aligns with the expectations of all stakeholders, including the client, users, and the development team. It minimizes the risk of project failure and ensures that the resources are used effectively. By understanding what is needed from the start, the team can create a clear roadmap to follow, making the development process smoother and more predictable. Stakeholders in requirement gathering. Stakeholders are individuals or groups who have an interest in the project. This includes the clients who are requesting the product, the end users who will use the product, the development team responsible for creating it, and other parties like project managers, quality assurance teams, and regulatory bodies. Understanding the needs of all these stakeholders is crucial, as each may have different expectations and requirements. Types of requirements. Requirements can be broadly classified into functional and non-functional requirements. Functional requirements specify what the system should do. They describe the features and functions that the system must possess. For example, in an e-commerce website, functional requirements would include user registration, product search, and payment processing. Non-functional requirements define the qualities or attributes the system must have, such as performance, usability, reliability, and security. For example, a non-functional requirement for the same e-commerce website could be that the system should be able to handle 10,000 users simultaneously or load each page within 2 seconds. Techniques for requirement gathering. There are various techniques used to gather requirements, each suitable for different scenarios. Interviews involve direct communication with stakeholders to understand their needs and expectations. This technique is beneficial for capturing detailed information, but can be time consuming. Workshops bring together stakeholders to discuss and refine requirements collectively. Workshops encourage collaboration and help in building a consensus. Surveys questionnaires are useful when dealing with a large number of stakeholders. They allow for gathering requirements from a broader audience quickly, but the responses might lack depth. Observation involves studying the existing system or the users in their environment to understand their workflow and challenges. This method is particularly useful when stakeholders are unsure of what they need or cannot articulate their requirements clearly. Document analysis involves reviewing existing documentation such as business processes, system manuals, or project plans to understand current systems and identify new requirements. Documenting requirements. Once the requirements are gathered, they need to be documented in a clear and structured manner. This documentation serves as a reference throughout the project and ensures that everyone involved has a shared understanding of what is to be built. Common ways to document requirements include Business Requirements Document, BRD. This outlines the high-level business needs and goals of the project. It's typically written from the perspective of the business and focuses on what the project aims to achieve. Functional Specification Document, FSD. This details the functional requirements of the system, describing how the system should behave and what features it must include. User stories. These are short, simple descriptions of a feature from the perspective of the end user. For example, as a user, I want to search for products so that I can find what I need quickly. Use cases. These describe how users will interact with the system to achieve specific goals. Use cases include various scenarios, such as normal flows and exceptions, providing a detailed view of system behavior. Challenges in requirement gathering. One of the biggest challenges in requirement gathering is dealing with unclear or evolving requirements. Stakeholders might not always know what they want, or their needs might change over time. This can lead to scope creep, where new requirements are added after the project has started, leading to delays and cost overruns. Communication barriers can also be a challenge, especially when dealing with complex projects involving multiple stakeholders with different backgrounds and expectations. Ensuring that everyone has a shared understanding of the requirements is crucial, but can be difficult to achieve. Real life use case: developing a CRM system. Let's take the example of developing a customer relationship management CRM system for a real estate company. The company needs a system to manage their client interactions, property listings, and sales processes. In the requirement gathering phase, the project team would first identify the key stakeholders, such as sales managers, real estate agents, and customer service representatives. Interviews might be conducted with these stakeholders to understand their daily workflows and challenges. For example, sales managers might express the need for real time dashboards to monitor sales performance, while real estate agents might need easy access to client information and property listings on the go. Customer service representatives might require a system that logs client inquiries and tracks follow up actions. Workshops could be conducted to bring these stakeholders together to discuss their needs and prioritize requirements. This collaborative approach helps ensure that the CRM system will meet the needs of all users. The requirements would then be documented, detailing both the functional requirements, such as the system must allow agents to update property listings, and non functional requirements, such as the system should be accessible on mobile devices and load within 3 seconds. Throughout the project, these documented requirements would serve as a guide, helping the development team stay on track and ensuring that the final CRM system meets the company's needs. Conclusion: requirement gathering is a critical process in any project, laying the groundwork for success by ensuring that the team clearly understands what needs to be built. By engaging with stakeholders, using various techniques to gather information, and carefully documenting the requirements, the project team can create a product that meets the needs of its users and stakeholders, ultimately leading to a successful outcome.